Gentlemen, I'll be with you just shortly. Hang on, man. Hang on. I love Roberta Flack. Be with you in just a second. I shouldn't say I don't love her, but I like her music. Killing them softly with the truth. Such a shame when we end up having to remodel this one. It was good while it lasted. Let's get this motherfucker straightened out. This image turned around so you can see this sorry motherfucker. There he is. Yo, what's going on, man? How y'all doing out there? Look at that. See that fucking head fake? Oh, man, I almost broke my neck. Let's get up to the top of this here chat. Damn, 62 of y'all in the box already? Already? It's amazing. Thank you. I do my best Jesse Lee Peterson. That's amazing. 18 Fonzies. Hey, man, it's all right. It's all right. I'm going to earn them Fonzies. We're going to get it up there. Who's in the first? Oh, man, No Name first. What's up, No Name? Had nothing to do and sitting right by the phone, I see. That's good. Shinobi-Wan, Yo-Yo +1, Shield. Yes, sir. No Name. Hammerhand, sir. The 95th Phantom, Evening Hammer. Let's see if I back that motherfucker up a little bit. Be looking up in my nose hairs and shit. Oh. Now that was some bullshit, wasn't it? Hang on. Nobody wants to look at my titties. Shinobi-Wan, No Name. Brother No Name. Okie Drummer. What's going on, Okie Drummer? I've been watching a couple of your videos here lately, sir. Pretty okay stuff. What's up? Sigma Rodan. Good evening, Hammerhand. It's Sigma Rodan and OG Raichu. I hope I got that right. Raichu. Matt Down, what's up, Hammerhand? Nothing, man. How you doing? Jawara, yo, man. Yo. The Pool Dork, what's good, gents? Marapolo, MGTOW, life goes on. It always goes on. What we going to talk about tonight? I have an idea. Okay, the first thing I want to do is there seems to be this huge crush of folks out there that want me to say, fuck Terrence Popp and fuck Coach Greg Adams. I can't do that. They got to do their thing. I understand more Popp than I understand Adams. But at the same time, I understand Adams is a businessman. And when you place business before philosophy, this is what you end up with. When you start talking about cutting your damn streams off so that people will like, share, and subscribe. I never thought that if any person watched anything that I did, that I had to try to bully them or intimidate them into liking, sharing, or subscribing. Is it nice? Yeah, man, it's nice. But for the about 6,000 subs that I got here, the reach is unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Now, if you go to these channels out here now that are popping 100,000 subs, 200,000 subs, 500,000 subs, there's a couple of them out there that are getting close, right? And their reach isn't the reach of a 6,000 sub channel. What does that tell you? It tells me that somewhere down the road, the message got lost for those folks. When you start out with excellent sermon, when you start out with excellent preaching, when you start out with brilliantly read, even white hot red pills, and then it morphs into how to get along with females, you have lost the ball. You have lost the message. You have lost the ability to preach with credibility. That's it. Plain and simple. And it's not like people don't see it. I'm not talking about Popp indirectly. Now, a lot of folks want me to give Terrence Popp and Blake the business. I'm not going to do that. I've spoken with Terrence Popp behind the scenes on this. I have an understanding with him. He has an understanding with me. Plain and simple. Do I think that Terrence Popp at Redonkulous is sitting over there? I wish Hammerhead wasn't busting my balls on this. No. Come on, man. No, he's not doing that. Greg Adams isn't doing that. They made the choices that they made, and they're going to lie in those beds. And the PUA bed is all but dead. It's all but dried up. There's still money to be made by suckering and okey-doking naive and brand new red pillars. They know that. So do we. That's why a lot of us are still here, right? Is to intercept some of these men. Give them something else to look at. Give them something else to consider. I tell all of y'all, every time I get the opportunity, every time I get the chance, I'm not about telling you what to do. I can't tell you what to do. I do me. You do you. That's for all them motherfuckers that don't like the finger wagging. I do me. You do you. There is a common consensus out here is that things must change. They don't have a choice. There is no choice in the matter anymore. See, some folks still think that there is a choice. You know, 99% of those people are females or feminists or liberals. They still think that there's a choice. The trad cuck, the conserva cuck, they still think that there is a choice. There's not as many of these people as you think that there are. The vast majority of people out here, they're just meat puppets. That's all. They go from place to place, day to day, and they're like, that's all they do, all fucking day long. Jaden Polk, Hammerhand back one more again. Stone Reaper in the house. Greetings, Hammerhand, gentlemen. Quadrajet King, howdy, y'all. You'll have to forgive the noisy, uninsulated trunk music blasting out there. This motherfucker pulls up here every single night and does this. Dan Davidson, good Sunday night to you. MGTOW Life, Master Wrench in the house. One more again, yes, sir. Timothy Sokol finally caught a live stream. Damn, finally. Look at this, 11 minutes and there's 140 of y'all watching me bump my gums. It's amazing. 51 Fonzies. Hey. Sigma Rodan, what's up, MGTOW Life? Level 1 online, got to teach you how to use OBS Hammer. Yeah, man, as soon as that fucking new tower gets here, then yeah. Don't worry, I'll be going overtime on the Streamlabs, the StreamYards, the OBS, so that we can get these MGTOW roundtables rolling. Oh, that's a thing, by the way. See, we're working behind the scenes to secure that too. And we've got great lineups. And that would probably be one of the reasons why Greg Adams never responded to my request to join one. I'm just saying. Stone Reaper, hello life. How are you? I hope you are well, sir. MGTOW Life, that's one with pop needs to be taken down. One with pop needs to be taken down. I don't know what you're talking about there, bro. Sigma Rodan, what's up, Shinobi Juan? Marapolo Monk is the real deal. Yeah, man. I mean, I think the discipline of Monk is the real deal. If you care enough about yourself to try to get your biology under control, man, when you know that your counterparts in life, the ones that you are supposed to make future generations with, the ones that you are supposed to like, love, revel in, and you, I might add, when you're aware that these people have accepted the deal to be weapons against you, you don't have a choice other than to get your shit together. If you can't get your shit together, if you can't get on equal footing with your biology, and it's not leading you everywhere, you are not going to win. You're not. You say, well, what do we win, Hammer? What do we win? You win you. You win your paychecks. You win years of your life that won't be stolen from you. You win your children if you've already got them. Like I do. See, I have my son. I can never, ever discount the fact that I lost my daughter in this deal. Can never discount that. I've made peace with that. See, I don't wake up every morning talking about, man, I wish. Wish in one hand and shit in the other. See which one fills up first. You can't do that. When people make their choices and their decisions, respect the choice and the decision. If it's something that directly affects you and it's going to obliterate your life, think about the choices and decisions that you make when you're putting yourself there. You know what I'm saying? Of course you do. You have to. You have to know that. Let's get into these comments just a little bit. The voice of reason. What's up, man? What's up, sir? How you doing? How you doing? Big Pitch watched Pop's speech at CME. He was decent in his approach toward the grift. Well, I haven't seen it. I thought that shit was like in June or July. Shinobi Wan, the CME, if the guys donate the proceedings to a male charity, would that be enough to redeem them? Redeem them? No. If they donated the proceeds to men that needed the assistance, that needed the help, it's certainly something to talk about, isn't it? I could never look down on that, and I wouldn't look down on that. But as far as redeeming them, no. Timothy Sokol, talking about the snake oil salesman. Oh yes we are. MGTOW Life, just waiting for my chemo to start, and fuck, I know that's gonna stink. ML, I'm sorry. I am sorry. I know that you chose that path, and Vention did not choose that path, and Archangel did choose it and didn't make it out the other side. So, I don't know. Best of luck sounds trite. Just my best thoughts are with you, always. I'm going to go down to the bottom of the chat, gents. Please forgive me if I skipped your deal there. I'm not trying to knock you out or anything. Daryl Dundee, MGTOW makes us more aware who your enemy is. I think you could use the word enemy when you say that. I mean, if somebody broke into my fucking house and started rifling through my shit and taking what they wanted, and then somehow convinced me that it was in my best interest, yeah, I think you could call that an enemy. No Name at Shinobi One, same thing. My mentor said he didn't want me to be famous. He knew what fame would do to people. Fame, yeah, you might as well kiss your ass and your soul goodbye. Jeffrey Lane, hello everyone. Mr. Hate Vicious, another master wrench in the house. Sir, good to see you. Steve Deutsch, Hammerhand, I love your logic. Well, you're one of the few. There's so many people out there right now that would like to put one right there just to shut this motherfucker up. And I have no doubt now, in retrospect, hindsight being 2020, why I was being approached by members of the PUA community. Now I know why. They were looking for motherfuckers to side up with them because they knew what was coming, I mean, we kind of saw that, kind of saw that coming. Didn't see it going down the way that it did. But, yeah, CME, the Conference for Male Excellence. Last I saw, they had, about $400,000 worth of $2,000 bought tickets. That's a good haul, right? Hey, it's better than writing bad checks all over North Carolina. I'm just saying, when you associate yourself with folks like this, it's not, let me explain something. The message that Terrence Popp puts out is a great, noble, almost self-sacrificial message. It's a wonderful message. I can't look at Popp or Adams and take all the great shit that they've done and say, fuck it all, because they made a decision that I didn't like, that I didn't agree with. You see, I was watching some videos earlier tonight. It's a great example of, in my opinion, how men should act with one another. Red Pill Fred, talking about how he became MGTOW, kind of what led him down the path, the genesis of that journey, right? And he started rattling off some names of people that he felt were influential. He said my name, and then he said, me. I don't agree with that motherfucker on everything. We disagree on a lot of shit, but gave that respect. And I've always given Fred the respect that I feel that he deserves. People have problems with the fact that I hang out with Mr. Elite, that I talk to Mr. Elite, Red Pill Elite, the MGTOW man himself. He's a MGTOW man. He was confused about a couple of things here and there. He didn't know his place. I didn't put him in his place. He put him in his place. You see, he went about things the wrong way. He knows that. Do you think with all the red pills, with all the red pilling that this man dropped, all the great messages that this man has sent out to the ether, that I'm going to sit there and just sweep all that shit aside? Because in my opinion, because he made a bad call? I'm not going to do that. He became more self-aware. He became better for it. And he's cleaned his shit up, hasn't he? If you've watched what he's doing, he's cleaned his shit up. His message has become more consistent. It's become happier. It's become better. I think it's become more about him and his life. Nothing wrong with that. And I'm not trying to get you to go and sub him. If you unsubbed, stay unsubbed if you want to. It's up to you. It's up to anybody out there watching this right now. You don't have to do anything that I say. Of course, you know that already. But are you so ready and so willing to take one misstep and shit can an entire body of work based on that? I'm not. I'm not willing to take Terrence Popp and Greg Adams and erase them from history and every fucking thing that they've done to better men, to make men more aware, to stop men from killing themselves, to get men out of the fake, phony child support racket. I'm not about to fucking do that. I'm not doing that. It sucks fucking balls that they both chose to side up with these people. You have to live with that decision, you see? And there will be more than enough people to sit out there when it blows up and say, I told you so. And if it doesn't blow up, they can look at you and say, I told you so. That's just the way that it's going to be. It's going to be that way. I have no ill will against these men. I don't go around hating on these motherfuckers because they have a different philosophy than I have. Where I have the problem, you knew this was coming. I have a problem with what Adam said the other day on a stream when he was streaming with Sharp, you know, who's not so sharp. And he says, we're going to have to stop streaming. You know, what do we got to do to get these likes up? You motherfuckers got to grow some nuts. Man up. As soon as that happened, I was out. For years, you produce content about not using shaming language, about not being a piece of shit to other men, about understanding them. And then slowly but surely over the last 8, 10, 12 months, people have been noticing you don't respond to them. Your moderators are fucking switched up and now they're blocking motherfuckers, me included. What can you do? Nothing, except state the obvious. And that's what we all do. We state the obvious. There's still this pervasive, ridiculous, absurd notion out there in the ether that says to people, you get what you pay for. It can be true. As far as information is concerned, well, you know what's true and what's not true. You know it in your heart. Most of the best truth is the hardest truth to absorb. That's what we talk about, them hard red pills, the ones that are really, really difficult to take, really difficult to get down. They're the ones that finish destroying that perception that you had of reality. You know? That doesn't make you worthless. It doesn't mean that you're floating around in the ether waiting to land on Earth Prime somewhere. It doesn't mean that. It just means that your fake reality has been replaced. And now you get to lay the groundwork for everything from that point forward. What an incredible opportunity. That's an incredible opportunity. Get into these comments here, gents. Big pitch. MGTOW would be democratic in nature, ? No. In my opinion, I don't believe so. I don't think so. I think MGTOW is insanely individualistic. Insanely individualistic. Very tribal, but only when it comes to the sovereignty of the man and adhering to the tenets of the philosophy. We have big problems with people out there that are just dropping in and they're like, oh man, I'm MGTOW today. And they don't know shit. You know, they just know that they're having difficulties. They just know that their life sucks right now. They know that they've been sold a phony bill of goods. They know that. And they're looking for something to latch on to. Not necessarily the worst thing in the world, but you have to at least know the tenets of the philosophy that you're proclaiming to live by. And as you no doubt know, with these people out here today, these young folks, these young people, and when I say young, I mean like 20, 30, 40 even. These folks, not a lot of them have an ethic. No real work ethic at all. And that's sad. If you don't have any kind of work ethic, I don't mean going to a job work ethic. I mean working on yourself work ethic. If you don't have that, it's going to be very difficult to understand and live by the tenets of the philosophy. Very difficult. Sigma Rodan, Rad had a live stream. I don't know who Rad is, man. I think that one went over my head. Polska Bob, I watched it. Pops' speech was good. Absolutely wonderful. Daryl Dundee, hell no. Hell no about what? No name at Mr. Hate Vicious. What's up, man? Great to see you here. Vlad Teps. Did I get that right? Teps? Or Tepes? How much did I miss? Not a hell of a lot. I'm just sitting here flapping my flapper. Stack Cheddar, my dad, Tom Likas, changed my life. That you and a few others in this chat. Daryl Dundee, still the sellout. LC, great video today, man. Thanks, brother. After this stream is over, I've got another one coming. I figured I'd pop on here tonight and we would kind of address this thing. Has the CME thing gone over? Did that actually go off or what? I don't know. Let me get down to the bottom of the chat. Somebody see if you can give me an answer on that. Did the CME actually go off? Because somebody's saying that they saw a Pop speech. Was it on his channel? Is that what you're talking about? Bing, 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 bing. Happy, humble hermit. Son of a bitch! My brother, what's going on? Great to catch a live stream. Keep up the great content as always. Good to see you, Triple H. I'm glad to see you in here, man. You need to be a little more frequent with them videos, sir. You know everybody loves your content, man. So, yeah, we definitely miss it when it's not around. Stone Reaper, a hard pill. I was born alone and will die alone. I am responsible for myself and decisions. Most of my decisions are based on lies society pushed on us. Yes, yes. But when you become aware of that, it shifts the burden of responsibility to you in those instances. Once you become aware of that, then you have to start making your own decisions based on the reality that you want to lay out for yourself. It's that simple. If you choose to do it any other way, choose to do it any other way, you're defeating yourself. Looking these hard fucking red pills in the eyes and just staring at them, you know what I'm saying? It can be fucking daunting. It can be intimidating. I find that men are more intimidated at the idea of success than they are at failure. Now, they'll tell you the opposite. I have watched men, many men, sabotage themselves so that they won't go any farther ahead in life because they're used to it. They see that. They know that. They don't know the unknown country of success. And success is not accumulation, gentlemen, just so we got that straight. Success is not accumulation. Accumulation may occur because of success. Real success is mastering you, mastering your biology, getting your fucking ducks in a row. That's what real success is. And of course, that's my opinion. Craig Furness, greetings, Shinobi and T800. Oh, T800 is in the house. What's up, man? The Invisible Rabbit. A college-level course in syllogistic logic would do a lot of good for anybody practicing a philosophy. The rest of the college courses are pretty much useless. I would stay as fucking far away from those motherfuckers as possible for anything, even if it was good. I wouldn't go near a college or high school, a junior high. Nowhere near them. Fuck them. Daryl Dundee, MGTOW is relevant to the men who was spat out by the government. In fact, to all men who have the mindset to understand the injustice we still endure. I agree with you. I agree with you. Can't disagree with you on that. Zool, Triple H is here. Dope. Terminator T800, Hammerhands, the man. Thank you. I appreciate that. You know, I don't really know what to do with that, but I appreciate the compliment. Polska Bob, it's in June, I think. Okay, so yeah, so he said he addressed it on his channel then. I have to take a look at that. Man, I've been watching so much shit here lately. It's just hard to keep up with it all. Lone Wolf, Lachian, is that right? Lachian? Rebel against defeat is great. Rebel or rebel? Rebel against defeat? Rebel? Okie Drummer, he's alive. Hermit getting some love. The voice of reason at Chucky Chuck. That's more the exception than the rule. The vast majority of us know the juice ain't worth the squeeze. God damn right. Absolutely correct. It's not. What happens when you squeeze? What happens when you approach? What happens? You're not taking a chance at rejection. You're taking a chance at a fucking charge, a case. Because these fuckers are so delusional out here that they think that the top 10% of men applies to them. And that's the 300-pounders, the truck 50 bitches, the ditch pigs. They don't even see you. So when you approach, it's harassment. He's harassing me. I told him once. Shut your mouth, motherfucker. Sigma Rodin, ghost all thoughts. So just like Ghost, because everybody's pretty much a thought, whether they know it or not. That rhymed. I could not do that again if I tried. Gerard Markel, move in silence and let your success make the noise. Well, I would say, I would modify that a little bit. I would just say ghost. Ghost. Embrace that ghost nation. That ghost nation is out there for you. That ghost nation understands why you're ghosting. We kind of see each other. You know what I'm saying? You can see them in plain sight now, if you know what it is. And it won't be long until the enemy sees what it is too. And then they're going to come on and they're going to start fucking approaching people that you'd look at it and you'd be like, you would never expect it. But it'll be a shot in the dark. It's sort of like a cop on a Georgia turnpike pulling over random people hoping to get a pound of cocaine. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like that. The Populous Pimp, PPT, another Master Wrench. I never get lonely. Never. You know, sometimes when I sit around here and it gets real quiet and I start thinking back on my life, no, I never get lonely either. Never. Never. I've always got something to do. I got 2 projects going on the model table over here. I have 2 monitors behind this phone right here. I got that big motherfucker right there. I got 2 game systems. You know what I'm saying? I got drawers and drawers full of fucking VHS tapes. 350 fucking DVDs over here. I'm good. 100 models. Many fucking guns. I'm good. Do you think I would have that if I were still pursuing relationships? You want to talk about a wealth transfer? That's a wealth transfer. I transferred my wealth back to me. Captain Will, I'm MGTOW because I don't want the women cows. See what you did there. Craig Furness, greetings, Stone Reaper. Matt Downer, better to live a monk than to die a slave. True words of wisdom. I agree. Brad MC, no CME has not been run. 21 had Pop on recently for a random hit. It wasn't a CME gig. Triple H got back on. Hot damn. Steve LeBlanc, Porcupine Party. Triple H was one of my first MGTOW channels I watched. See, everybody knows. Everybody knows who you are. Man, my phone's going off. PPT. Actually, I wish I had more alone time to learn new shit. That's one of the great things about being me. Brother, my nose is buried in information almost all day. Almost all day. I know a couple of guys like that. Vention, Hermit, Voice of Reason. No, I'm not, faking like I'm sucking dick. So get that shit out of your head. You dirty motherfuckers. Big pitch! She claims I'm a loser. I must have missed something there. MGTOW Papa, Cuck made existence. NBA MX, MGTOW Monk till I die. Mr. Mayhem in the house. What's up, brothers? Zero, man. What kind of mayhem are you creating? Honklerton, the responsibility is their own, whether they're ignorant or not, because the law makes certain of that. Zool at Shinobi1. Howdy, Shinobi. Terminator T800, no women, no police calls. You know, no accidental murders, no accidental shootings, no swatting. James Phillips, yeah, those moderators are probably paid shills. Well, I'm sure that he's gotten together with them and said, look, if X, Y, or Z shows up, chap him on the ass. It worked. It worked. As soon as that motherfucker blocked me, I unsubbed the channel. If you build a channel dedicated to men's voices, and then you get to a point where you can't risk your money or your sub count or your channel, blah, 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 and you start blotting out men's opinions and their voice, you are no longer what you started out as. You are no longer that thing. You're not a red pillar. You're not a MGTOW. You're on the plantation. You're a wolf in sheep's clothing. It is that simple. It's that simple. No matter how much you like them. I am constantly listening to these channels, listening to see if the message stays consistent. 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. Most of them don't make it past 2 years before they start to flip. You see? Before they start inviting female after female after female on. Before they start blotting out the voices of men in favor of those that aren't men. What can you do about that? Except just kind of shrug your shoulders and unsub. I unsubbed them. It is what it is. I cannot in good conscience support channels that do that. When Better Bachelor, Joker, did it, I unsubbed the channel. That's simple. About 43% of my audience is female. And when you guys come on here and you just start fucking blasting them, well, there's a fucking reason for that, motherfucker. Ain't there? But your channel blew up, you got real popular, and you started making some coin. Can't risk that coin. What do? Like I said, a couple of live streams back. The best red pill and MGTOW channels are the ones that you've never heard of. They're the ones with 400 subs, 800 subs. Fucking Red Pill Fred is under 1,000 subs. What the fuck? JD Miles. Even though I think he goes around with these fucking trifling motherfuckers a little too much for my taste, he's under 1,000 subs. How? Good content, good red pills, good knowledge, good wisdom. Under 1,000 subs. You know, these are the best channels out there because they're fresh. They're not regurgitating the message. You know what I'm saying? They're not shopping other people's shit and then trying to put their own spin on it. They're just out there doing the thing. They're talking. It's the most valuable thing that you've got. You know why free speech is under attack 24/7. Free speech is under attack 24-7 because you crush all dissent when you don't have free speech. You got motherfuckers breaking down doors in England, in Ireland, in Scotland, in Australia over a goddamn Twitter post. You gonna tell me that that's not circling the drain? That's circling the drain. But anyways, I've wasted a lot of fucking time here. Let me get down here and check these fucking comments out. Shinobi Wan, under 1,000 subs. What? It's all shadow banning. It probably is. But now that you guys know who JD Miles is and Red Pill Fred are, maybe y'all can go over there and sub those channels if you like the content. If Mr. Former's channel was stuck under 1,000 subs for like a fucking year, and now he's sitting at 6,000 subs. That's pretty good. It's pretty good shit, you know? Tony Panapa, they'll throw men under the bus for filthy lucre? What's lucre? For filthy what? Without hesitation. I don't know what that is, but I believe you. Randall DeBooty. That's just surly. There's plenty of channels out there by women blasting the hell out of men, so fuck them. Yeah, I don't disagree with you on that. Yes, of course. Lone Wolf Lachlan, Judas, Daryl Dundee. They stay true to the message and saving men and the younger listeners. Yes. Worldwide Ghosts. Fuck the masks as well. I agree. Alex Harris, war on men. It's a war on the population. We can never get this twisted. This is a war on the population. See, women are being pointed at in certain ways. Men are being pointed at in certain ways. Different races of people are being pointed at one another in certain ways. You'll notice all of the Asian bullshit that's going on right now, trying to undo what they consider to be some evil that Trump did when he called out the Wuhan surprise. You know what I'm saying? Because it fucking originated there. And then 8 months down the road, you start seeing a bunch of dumbass commercials. I'm an Asian American. I'm an Asian American. I'm an Asian American. I am not a virus. Paid for by your local Democratic National Convention. Fuck you. Roderick Sage, that Viking beard. Oh, man. Oh, man. You see where I'm growing everything out? It'll be a month or two before it starts to get thick. Then I'll trim this down and I'll let it all come out together. And then we'll have like a fucking 4-month head start on the beard season this year. AP 530, free speech for males is severely under attack. Sure. Absolutely it is. Hey man, did you hear that out there in England, they want to put a 6:30 fucking curfew on men? Now, it was presented by a lunatic in an almost empty parliamentary setting, but it was still presented. Porcupine Party, freedom is under attack like never before. You ain't shitting. And guess where that started? Come on. Now, there's always been a push to take the freedoms off of this country the way that this country was designed. But the real big push came with the initiation of the Patriot Act, which is anything but patriotic. Big pitch, I'm trying to move to Idaho. It seems like paradise compared to California. Help me escape this hell. Well, let me tell you what there, Big Pitch. There's a lot of decency, I think, in Idaho. It's small town USA, no matter where you go in Idaho. They have the same problems as anybody else, just smaller. And unfortunately, a lot of goddamn California license plates were there when I went through it. So you're not the only one. And that's the thing that people hate about Californians and people from Oregon and Washington. When they see them plates, they're like, oh, great. Their fucking politics are coming with them. Now, that's not everybody. I know that. It's probably not even the vast majority. But it's true. Monk Farmer. You draw weapons against my dogs, you will not see the light of day. Boom! The voice of reason, another master wrench. I'm going to stay rural as long as possible. If it gets too bad, I have considered Tejas, Texas. You could still, are they giving you guys any border problems, coming across the border? I know Vincent didn't seem to have any problems when he went from his home out there to Mexico. MGTOW Live is saying he's under 100 subs. That's fucking criminal. Criminal. MGTOW Live gets out there and he does the walk and talk MGTOW shit. Nah, it's not Kendall Regan. because nobody can take that from Kenny. He was the one that did it. But still, he gets out there and he does his things. RPM, Master Wrench in the fucking building. What's going on, gents? That's my best RPM voice. I can't do no better. I cannot do the master. Zero, sir. It's very good to see you. Very good to see you. Damn, it's early out there, ain't it? It's like 9:14 here, so I imagine you got some daylight still out there. Daryl Dundee, yep. Shinobi Juan, brother, AP 530, man, no name. There are no-go zones in Sweden and London due to the mass amount of migrants there. I know. I'm well aware of it. Guess what you don't see on the news anymore? You don't see any more independent reporting about those no-go zones, about those ethnic blocks that segregated themselves. You don't see anything about that. Not even with the so-called conservatives, the so-called Republicans. They won't even show you now. Polska Bob, be right back. Smoke break. Takahata, link please. I don't know what you need the link for. McBrad, make women great again. D. Shart. You see that hat? That's another thing that I want to say. These guys are on every fucking mainstream grift that comes along now, where men, do you get the impression that men, hold on, come up here, talk to me, that men are pushing other men to this plantation style life? I get that impression. It's not that they want to help you. They don't want to help you. They are working for the matriarchy. Plain and simple. They are working for gynocentrism. And they goddamn know it. They drop enough red pills in there to confuse the issue, especially with those new guys that are coming in. And don't misunderstand. There are tens of thousands of new guys that find MGTOW and the red pill every single day. Every day. How many of them stay? I don't know. I don't. How many of them convert? I don't know. But I know it's enough now that we don't have a birth record to speak of. That there are thousands of jewelry stores from major retailers that are closing and have closed. That fucking Loves can't be sold on the shelf. Pampers aren't being sold. Undead Chronic comes up and he goes, nice stream. Fuck CME. And he's giving them the fucking business too. And they deserve it. They deserve it. That stupid ass promo that they put out, man, how damaging was that? That was just dumb. That was dumb. This ain't no new, who the fuck are you trying to appeal to with something like that? That was not thought out well at all. Hey, I got an idea. Let's slow-mo walk. So let's do some Fast and the Furious shit. Just slow-mo. GM. Hey, Hammerhand, all the best from Liverpool, England. Since you mentioned them, I've been watching Jericho Green and Undead Chronic's videos. Who are your top 5 YouTubers, MGTOW or otherwise? I don't know if I'll tell you about MGTOW. I typically mention the MGTOW and Red Pill content creators that I like, because I like to try to funnel, support to these folks. As you know, or maybe you don't know, I'm a big fan of pop culture. I love pop culture. So we'll just do that. Nerdrotic, Doomcock, Overlord DVD, you know what I'm saying? That's the same guy, Doomcock, and Nerdrotic, Gary Beekler. I watch Geeks and Gamers sometimes. What else? Yellow Flash and heel versus Babyface. I think I like Az. He's got a good way of speaking about it. Now they would probably all shrivel up like curdled fucking milk to hear somebody like me mention their names. And so would all of the other assholes out there that are trying to link all of the worst and most evil shit in the world to these people to get them taken off of the platform. You know what I'm saying? But so far as I know, Other than a few super chats here and there, we have no real interaction other than I appreciate their content. So, yeah, that's that. Big pitch. Texas will become like California in a decade or so. I don't know if it'll take that long, man. Austin's a shithole, liberal shithole. 1111 production. Gender confusion. Feminism is on hyperdrive. That's because these people are self-defeating. They don't have a stop button. They're not working for a goal. They're working for an overthrow. And every system is the enemy, even the ones that they create. That's how that shit works. Penny Pounder, I vouch for JD and Red Pill Fred. Good stuff. Yeah, absolutely. And as far as I know, Tivor, the voice of reason, is only like 2,000 subs, something like that. Criminally fucking undersubbed. Criminally undersubbed. Stupid Aussie, and I didn't say that, that's his name. I assume it's a he. I think about putting a gun to my head and pulling the trigger every single day. I was screwed badly by women, including my mother and sister. Well, you have to accept, in my opinion, the nature of this. And when you can do that, once again, in my opinion, it begins the process of healing. You have to take into account that trauma inflicted is typically trauma that was received. You know, there's a lot of folks out here who got the fucking beat down laid on them, but the people that did it were also getting it laid on them. It's learned behavior. It's passed on. And when you don't know a way out of it, and not making excuses for the mother or the sister, they have to bite down on a big fucking shit sandwich and take responsibility for their actions. They probably won't. But in lieu of that, if you know that, and I'm sure that you do, then you make the decision to grow, to suffer, just a little, not a lot. And you get your ass back up on the horse and you try to make something out of your life. That doesn't mean go and make millions of dollars. It doesn't mean get on YouTube. It means be happy. And that has 100,000 different meanings, you know, to every person. Being happy is not universal. It's not. If motherfuckers could hand out happiness at a store, it would be a different kind for every person. You know, there are some things that are universally accepted, but as happiness, and I tend to view them more as patches. You know, I talk about taking pieces out of other people and trying to plug them into yourself because you've got holes. You have shit going on with your soul and your spirit. You're either underdeveloped, undeveloped, overdeveloped, or something that should have been there just never was. And in many cases, for us in particular, it's fathers. You know? It's not underestimated, it's just silenced. It's silenced. There is conclusive evidence that the lack of a father in any child's life, be that boy or girl, is detrimental to that child. And it is not so with the reverse, as far as mothers are concerned. It's just not. And anybody that's thinking about committing suicide, I always say it's better above dirt, even if you're in pain. If there's nothing wrong with you other than the mental state, that can be worked on, that can be tweaked, that can be fixed. And you owe it to yourself to try. That's just my opinion. But I was in that position before. Now, I haven't said this for a long, long time, but there was a time back in the day where I sat in the middle of a dark fucking room holding a pistol. And I was wondering, is it that time? I can't tell you why I didn't. Well, let me take that back. I can tell you one of the reasons that I was thinking is that it leaves more questions than answers. when you do that, you leave behind a trail that you can't ever fix, that nobody can fix. And I just decided that I didn't want to visit that kind of pain on people. So I didn't. Then I got a little bit mad, and then I said, fuck bitches. I'm just going to, and not women bitches, but like everybody, I'm just going to live despite these motherfuckers. And then I did. Then I started to think, then I started to find things, then I started to research, and then I started looking. And then I found out what the red pill was. Then I found out what MGTOW was. As soon as I heard monk, I knew that's what I was. Because I knew I was never going back to that other shit. Never. It just doesn't suit me. It never really did. But I talk to guys almost daily that want to end their lives. And I can only say what I can say. It's the best thing that I can do, is just tell the story and hope that they understand that and that they have enough desire left in them to live to the next day. And hopefully that snowballs. Sometimes it doesn't. You know, we've seen that before with a couple of guys here recently. MGTOW exposed, even though he was not really a friend of most of us. He passed away. Renegade 1 killed himself. You know, and there's a lot of guys that just cannot wake up enough to see the bright end of living, even if it's just living for the day. Let me get down here to the bottom. Gents, sorry if I missed your comment. Mr. Former in the house. I saw that video that you did today. You know this look, right? I saw that video. I think the point made there is that even 5, 10, 15, 20 years down the road, this type of interaction that was not weaponized then, not to the extent that it is now commonplace. It's commonplace. I won't spoil the video. If you folks want to go and see Mr. Former's latest video, it's well worth it, and you should definitely do that. God damn. I know that if papers showed up on my doorstep, I would follow the preachings and the teachings of the Amen Osiris, and I would scuttle that fucking shit so fast it would make their fucking stupid heads swim. Because now I know how to do that. Now I know how to get rid of that shit. But yeah, that fucking stinks. And I really think that you'll get it cleared up fast. I think it will be done and over with before you know it. And man, hit me up, email me, because there's a couple of things that I wanted to talk to you about. It's hammerhandtmm at protonmail.com. That's hammerhandtmm at protonmail.com. I think that we communicated before, but it was a minute ago, so I'm not sure if I still have that email, Addy. But Mr. Foreman, hit me up. I would appreciate it very much. I'd like to talk to you. Michael McKinney, I thought about it. Man, I think that we've all thought about it. You know, Brad MC Mick, I bought 3 kilos of silver and 3.5 ounces of gold last week. Hang on to it and don't leave it in the house with your fucked up sister. A la Vengeance. Make sure that your shit is somewhere secure, you know, because you disappear and people understand that you have this stuff. They're gonna take your shit. You know, Shinobi 1, live for yourself. Do I live for lust, for sex? Is that triple X? Sex or lust? Every man here, you have a great quest just waiting for you to accept. Become the survivor your ancestors wanted you to be. Boom. Chucky Chuck found out about MGTOW from MRAs. I was getting handled in court and was looking for help. How much help did they give you, Chuck? They're still, no matter what they say, man, I'm really going to piss people off with this one. And all the wrong ones, too. No matter what MRAs say, no matter what they do, they still believe in the union between man and woman in a system that weaponizes woman against man and punishes the man for that union. So as far as I'm concerned, MRAs are gynocentric. They will laugh at that. They will. They'll laugh at that. They'll say, oh, you're full of fucking shit. What, can you believe this motherfucking cowboy just said that shit? What a fucking jerk. How dare he? I'm saying it. If you believe in that relationship in this day and age, fuck you. It's just that simple. You opened the door for all of those females, and they came in and they blew your shit up. Men's rights no longer was men's rights. It's men's rights with female voices. Females became increasingly pushed to the front to try to gain the favor and the curry of other females. And what happened? They fucking imploded. And it isn't going to be any different with the 21 convention, with the 21 studios, with the Red Man Group, with Return of Kings, with the CME. If this shit was so great and so awesome, don't you think that they wouldn't have to rebrand every couple of years? The same motherfuckers. The same ones. A couple drop out, a couple drop in. Same shit. Same shit, different branding. Don't fall for the okie doke, gents. I can't imagine the thought process of somebody that is so desperate to have another human being like them. They're so desperate to have somebody buy in to the ideology that they have, that no one else shares except them, people like them. I can't imagine how desperate that has to feel. Even in my bluest of blue pill days, if somebody fucked with me, I was gone. Out the door. See ya. You know? And then when that relationship was over, it was like, okay, gotta go find me a girl. He went back to doing the same fucking dumb shit again, right? Went back to doing the same shit again. Let me get this thing backed up a little bit here. And check your comments with 300. What the fuck? Am I seeing that right? 325 of you awesome son of a bitches. And I'm just playing with you. Don't get all offended now. In the box, 125 A's. Hey, what's up, gents? How you doing? Steve Deutsch. I try to help the doomers, the black pillars. I understand the pain. I understand the pain too. I do. I understand the pain too. But I'm going to tell you what I understood more than the pain. Living. You got to want to. You have to want to. It's like anything else. You have to want it. If somebody doesn't want to stay alive, there's not a lot that you can do to talk them out of it. If somebody's really made up their mind that that's where they're headed, that's where they're headed. But I think that many, many people say it. They're desperate. They see that they don't want to die, but they don't want to live in pain. They don't want to be in agony, and they don't know how to get out of it. And that's why I can't stand motherfuckers like this CME convention. I hate these people. I hate them with a passion. I hate the motherfuckers that associate with them. That's why it breaks my heart. It grieves me so much that Pop jumped in there and did that message the way that he did it. You know what I'm saying? Says he will work with anybody that helps him advance the message. I respect it. I do. I respect it. But, you can't side up with these kind of people. How much have these people sit here and banged on guys like me? Guys like you. For years and years and years and years and years. And I could keep going with that. And if you don't see it their way, well, you're not allowed a difference of opinion. No, you can't have that. They talk this shit, this nonsense about coming together. The community used to be so, it was great. We had it great. Everything was rocking for so long. No, it wasn't. That's an outright lie. It's an outright lie. I got your message, Undead. I will. That's a motherfucking lie. It wasn't going so great. These people were carving out their own niches, and those divisions were happening then. It's just that money was rolling in. You see, when the money starts to dry up, when somebody starts fucking with somebody else's money, guess what you end up with? You end up with a pack of guys fighting over the fucking scraps. And then they eventually disband. They go their own way. They form the only fucking thing that they know how to do is to get out there and fuck guys. They say, guess what? We see these chicks out here fucking these guys. We see all of these guys out here that are turning themselves inside out to try to get a taste of some pussy. We'll just sell it to them. We'll sell them the fucking dream. Gimme, 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 gimme. It's like going to OnlyFans and paying for nudes when you could go to Pornhub and just see the nudes. You kind of have to question the pathology. You have to question the audience. You see? What is the pay service giving them that the freebies aren't? The answer's right in front of you. Come on, what's the difference? It's the absence of anonymity. That's what the pay service gives you. Some customization. A name drop. It's like a super chat, except it costs $2,000 fucking dollars. And like 400,000 worth of fucking $2,000 a ticket chumps have signed up for it. And I hate to call these guys chumps because I know in their fucking minds they think that they're doing something to advance themselves when all they're doing is getting advanced out of their paychecks. Somebody had the fucking nerve to say, well, Hammer, what difference does it make? They're providing a service. That shows you how lost we are when you consider that to be a service worth $2,000. Mayu Oyama, I hope I got that right. Thank you, Hammerhand, for speaking about the dark place and such, avoiding YouTube censors. Thought about it many times myself, but I have zero intentions until I've tried it. Some goals of mine, as you should. And don't make up fake goals. If I could be so bold as to say that, don't make up fake goals. Make things that you want in your life yours. It could be anything. It could be anything. I've got 2 little plastic cars over there on that workbench that give me hours and hours and hours of focus. You know what I'm saying? I get to master my skills. I get to send those products out to the customers that are waiting for them. Wait a minute, I don't think I was supposed to say that. Yeah, they're customer cars. I actually do this on the side a little bit, like way on the fucking side, because life is just really busy. It's water. Busted my ass about that soda all damn day. And I thank every one of you for doing it. Cheers. But looking for information was a big thing for me. Still is a big thing for me. Looking through old photos is a big thing for me. Still is. Always has been. Looking around at what I consider to be old friends on my walls. Right there. Right there. Right there. You see? Your life is a collection of moments and memories. Make them count. Make them count. No, I'm gonna blow this up. Letha Dragon? I hope that's right. At the end of the day, it all comes down to a choice. Yes, it does. ESP revaluation, rest in peace. Shinobi Wan, Brad MC, nice. Mayoigami Renegade was was a great one. Lots of potential. Yeah, he had lots of potential. And he couldn't see that. He couldn't see his value to other people. And he took his life. It happens way too much. Way too much. Aries rising at big pitch in 16. We went 80% for Trump. In 20, it was down to 63. Guess what changed? Terminator T800. Every man here is important. Every man here is important. Plain and simple. No name. Hey, Hammerhand, will you tell me now why multiculturalism is so bad? I know it's part of cultural Marxism, but still, I'll elaborate on it a little bit. Sure. Just a little bit, though. I don't want to turn this into a political diatribe. Multiculturalism only works when multiple different ethnic cultures want to share the same space. Want to share the same space. Want to share the same space. When you have the unique situation that we have here in the Americas, in the United States of America in particular, with the black population here, and obviously being significantly outnumbered by whites, they are, well, some of them are, especially the militant ones. And there's a lot of militant everybody everywhere. Don't get me wrong. Don't misunderstand me. They keep this shit going 400 years ago. Well, we just got civil rights in the 1960s, but you've got them. The progress towards the abolition of slavery was made primarily by whites. They understood that it was wrong, that it was incorrect, that it was bullshit behavior. They understood that. But by this point in time, the understanding was lost. And now all you have is a cultural divide. And that's intentional. You see, when you have a government that divides you up on the basis of your race, and they say, well, these folks over here are more, so we're going to pander to them because they can elect us. These folks over here are less. And then there's a third avenue, and a fourth, and a fifth, and a sixth. Then you get Latinos, Mexicans, Guatemalans, El Salvadorans coming up. And as a block, they're looked at as Hispanics. I've said before, Hispanics don't exist. It's a word. It's a made-up word. Some of you will say, no, that's not true. That's not right. Of course, Hispanics exist. Well, I want you to tell me what designation blacks are then. Because it was Negro, then it was black, then it was African American. In 10 years, it'll be something else. They're currently being transformed into POCs, people of color. When your government can tell you what your identity is, it causes massive, massive problems, huge unrest. Look at any predominantly white country out here that has had a massive infusion of, say, Chinese and Australians, Chinese in South and North and West Africa, Chinese in Vancouver. You getting the picture? You seeing it now? No, not yet. I'll keep going. What happens when blacks, who were the number one minority in this country since slavery, are replaced by Hispanics? I'll wait. What happened? Nobody gives a fuck about them. You can't get politicians to even acknowledge their existence now. Whereas before they would at least promise them some shit for a vote and then crawfish on the promise. Now they don't even do that. Now they've taken all of that pandering to whom? The Hispanics, right? Your multiculturalism is not organic. It is forced. You are displacing the native population. Now I know that we can go into arguments and semantics about native this and native that. Okay, fair enough. But it still doesn't take away from the point. The point is that these people are being displaced. Their jobs are being taken. Do people hate Chinese here? I don't think so. I think that they really hate their fucking government. They can't stand their government. You know, a couple of years ago when Trump came out and he dropped this astonishing number, he didn't say 700 or 7,000 or 70,000. He said 700,000 manufacturing jobs had disappeared in this country and been exported to China because the corporations didn't want to fuck with the U.S. tax code. And the corporations, of course, are being taken care of by the U.S. government. Plain and simple. It's cheaper to build the factories overseas, pay that population pennies on the dollar, have the product re-imported, still cost you less than the U.S. tax code would charge you. And they don't charge them any taxes at all for the corporation as a whole. But on the product that they produce, they fucking kill them. So, you know, you see what's going on there. Multiculturalism has to be wanted by multicultures. And that inevitably, invariably comes with, my culture's better than your culture. My God's better than your God. There's only one true God. And then it spirals out of control from there. And then you've got Sweden. Then you've got Rotherham, London, California, New York, Austin, Texas. That's what you got. Melbourne, all of Victoria pretty much in Australia. That's what you got. And that's as much as I'm going to say on that tonight. Porcupine Party. My dad was a really good guy, but he never warned me about the dangers of relationships. Did he know? Did he know? Did he get divorced once or twice? Did he get raked over the fucking coals? Did he feel like he had to get marched into a child extortion office and get eviscerated? He might not have known. There's a lot of people, we like to blame these prior generations. We like to tell these prior generations that they're full of shit. You know, that they fucked us, that they let us down, that they did us dirty. But the vast majority of them never knew. You know, we say boomers are shit, they're this, that, and the other. But guess what? Every boomer wasn't that. It was just the ones making the policies. You've got to get back to the people that are actually putting forth these policies. It's not 60 million people out here that are doing this. Jesus, I'd be shocked if it were 10,000 people that were doing it. But we don't even have 10,000 people that actually control this planet. You know what I'm saying? You see how fucked up that is? Randall DeBooty, I fight that feeling every day. Truth is, I'm too big a coward to pull the trigger because there's no one out there that would miss me even if I did off myself. Well, I mean, I would. I would be irritated and upset and bothered to know that you went out there and you killed yourself. But I'm going to tell you something. And you might not like it. I understand the choice. I'm dealing with somebody very close to me right now that's in and out of this. And every goddamn time the subject comes up, it gives me a little bit of a chill. Because I just wonder when I'm going to get that call. And I don't want to get that call. I used to fight those exact same demons. Metaphorical demons, of course. You have to find value in life. And if you don't have value in life, you have to ask yourself why. And if it's because you aren't going on dates, or because you don't have the house and the white picket fence and the 2 kids and the 2.5 household pets, you know that that's a scam already. So you have to start working with yourself, man. You got to take care of yourself. You have to understand that this shit is a real big problem out here in the world. It's a huge problem, and it's everywhere. You have to start relying on yourself, little by little, a little piece at a time. Don't overspend on that next paycheck, right? Can you not go out to everything everywhere and then put 2 tanks of gas in your car this week? How about 1 tank of gas? You have to start doing little things that are responsible and then start gaining value from that. And that value snowballs. Some of us will pick this up at 20, before 20. Some of us are a little unluckier and picked it up at 30, 40, 50, 60. My God, I've talked to people that are in their goddamn 70s that are talking about how MGTOW saved their life. And not one person or 10 people, many people. It's never too late to have a clear picture of the world. And that clear picture of the world shouldn't make you want to put a gun in your mouth. It should just show you that you've been deceived. And if you're deceived about this, what else have you been deceived about? That's a hell of a rabbit hole. Mike, Liberation Y. Paul Proteus, Renegade 1, rest in peace. Yes, rest in peace to them all. Steve, Cucks must exit. Shinobi 1, the ratio gap between gold and silver is closing. Yeah, so I heard. Daryl Dundee, like you said, Hammer, a day above Earth is a good day. I agree. Undead Chronic, oh man! Gentlemen, the Red Pill War Commander. Do not defend blue pill bitches. I don't, but I understand Pop's reasoning for wanting to get the message out. I disagree with picking these people. Entirely disagree with picking these people. But Terrence Pop doesn't have to clear his decisions through me. You know what I'm saying? He's been around a long time. He's been doing this a lot longer than I've been doing it. If this is the path that he sees forward for himself, he has to live with the results. He's got to live with the consequences. I don't do business with thieves. I don't do business with charlatans. I don't do business with people that switch their goddamn position every time the fucking money dries up. I don't. I won't. ESP revaluation. Thanks, Terminator. Undead Chronic again. No compromise. All instances of cuckage will be purged. Bam. Oh, and gentlemen, if you're not watching the War Band, right now officially the War Band is Undead Chronic, Ribby the Party Frog, and Taylor the Fiend. So all good stuff, by the way. Supreme Introvert, at Mike, yes, rest in peace to those guys. Oh, what the fuck is that? Brett, 13, Rhett, 91, at Porcupine Party. I feel you on that one. My dad warned me, but never went into detail. You know, I've had a couple of people over the decades say things like that to me. I saw them treating females and what I will say lesser males in this way. Fucking arm's distance, you know what I'm saying? And being kind of gruff about it. And I used to think, man, those guys are fucking assholes. Because obviously you're living that scale right there. You're the blue pill. That's the red pill. And they got there by progressing through the scale. And you can't see it. You can't relate to it at that point in time. I said, I'll never treat a woman like that. That's fucking crazy. You know? How can that guy live with him? Why does she stay with him? And then some decades later, I started getting it. It's fucked up. Waltsky, sharing experience and information among men really helps me. It helps a lot of people, Waltsky. Billy the Goat, at Mike, good to see you, brother. Big Pitch at Heirs. Like I said, Californians should be barred from voting or have to wait 8 to 12 years before being allowed to vote in other states that they migrate to. I'd be in favor of that. I would vote for that. Shinobi 1, suffer not a sympidemic to flourish. Guys, I'm not giving you the impression that these people are getting a pass. They're not. They're not. Not Pop, not Blake, not Adams. They get no pass from me. But they don't need one. You see, they're out there doing their own fucking thing. And if you step on the railroad tracks and you can't get off, you're going to get smashed by the fucking train. That's the MGTOW train, by the way. And it's on them. It's on them. I told Terrence, and I don't think that he would mind me sharing this, that I support his dogged and relentless pursuit of suicide awareness. I abso-fucking-lutely support that. I do not support teaming up with Donovan Billy Bob Sharp and his 40-plus-year-old wife that he's married to, that he lied about and kept on lying about. No, I do not support that. I don't support siding up with motherfuckers that were bombing us for years, and then when their shit starts to run dry and they can't get along with one another, all of a sudden everything is supposed to be cool. It's not cool. It's not cool. It'll never be cool. It makes a lot of sense to me now why a couple of these guys approached a few months ago, literally just a few months ago, and started asking some of us to team up with them, to stream down with them. I get that. I get it. Now I understand. Stupid Aussie. Thank you, Hammerhand. My tears were held back because of your story. You're welcome. And don't cry, my friend. Don't cry. If you've got to let it out, you got to let your eyes leak a little bit, then go on ahead, man. Get that pressure out. A lot of people don't seem to understand that when men purge tears, that it's not what they think it is. It's immense, incredible pressure. And that's really the only way that we know to release it, other than to be, exceedingly violent. And, well, I think that a lot of us are working on that too. Hopefully we can get the violence part under control. And that is in no way associated with this stream or the men. I've just seen it out here on news clips. And here recently we've had some guys out here that have popped and taken their own lives and killed a bunch of people. And, of course, the answer to that is to go around and take everybody's fucking guns, because that'll make the criminals more subtle, more pliable. Michael McKinney, like the Rush song says, but the Rush song anthem, live for yourself, there is no one else worth living for. Agreed. Mike, Billy the Goat in the house. Sup, bro? Timothy Sokol, I was born covered in somebody else's blood, and I'm going to go out that way. Well, as long as they're deserving of it, is what I would say. As long as they're deserving of it. Victimizing the innocent is not anything that I would ever support or condone. Man on a mission, General Chronic going in. What the? Chronic? What you putting up on a bench? Mike, suicide prevention must be free, not monetized. I don't disagree. Of course it should be free. Just like this. It should be free. And they'll look at you and they'll laugh and they'll nod their heads and they'll giggle and look at them motherfuckers. They could be making so much bank. Oh man, you should stop the stream if you don't get to a certain amount of likes. By the way, 340 of you madcaps in the house. 176 A's. All right, man. Good job, gentlemen. Thank you. Brad Mick. G's ratio is the closest I've ever bought at, so it's cheap either way. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. I'm going harder on, gold silver ratio. Okay, I got you. I'm going harder on the silver right now. Roderick Sage, like TFM say, the last men, the men who eat and drink and fill the hole God left when men killed God. Yeah. Men killed the idea of God, and it wasn't any men. You know what I'm saying? Solitude is profit. It's amazing how that phrase that says the truth is right under your nose, it's the truth. Agreed. Wind, information should be told, not sold. I agree 100%. Undead Chronic, send Hammerhand email a bunch of green-skinned schlongs. Never. I will not open them. Maya Oyama, What's the guy or video from Forma so I can look? That's Mr. Forma. And that's the channel name, Mr. Forma. And it's his most recent video. Jared Mesa at Hammerhand. Trump is trash. He didn't even change the laws of marriages. Why would he? He's a tradcon. What do you want me to do about that? You know, he's a tradcon. He's not going to change the laws of marriage. He believes in it. Aries Rising at Big Pitch. The bigger problem is that most have money for housing and it has trashed our market. The bigger problem is that most have money for housing. I don't think that's true. Most don't have money for housing and it trashed our market. Houses that went for $75,000 years ago are now $300,000 getting bid up, wages unchanged. That's not organic. That's not organic. You must have missed those reports about the inorganic Chinese activity that's going on in these areas that are fucking spiking housing rates. They're killing it. And they're being allowed to do it by the government of those countries. Steve, cold manginas exist. That's a pretty good one. I like that one. What did I say? I said can't monetize estrogen was mine. Lone Wolf Lachlan at Undead Chronic. I tried arguing with you about CGA and Pop spreading the word behind enemy lines. I'm convinced now that they have been compromised. Shinobi Wan, nearly time to trade your silver for gold. Once the ratio closes, it will be the best time to swap silver for gold. Maybe so, but good luck getting silver. A lot of the silver brokers that I'm talking to don't have any. So silver is very sparse right now. If you're acquiring silver, consider yourself lucky. Consider yourself fortunate. Ding, 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 ding. Chinab man, most simps don't even know they're simps. They have to be told. That's correct. That's absolutely correct. And then you've got the ones that can't divorce themselves from their biological urges, their wants, not their needs, but their wants. They can't get rid of the nightmare that has been implanted in their head. And it's just too much for them to stand up and be their own man. There is no man that stands up and says, yes, I'm going to sign this third-party contract with the government so I can marry you. So when you see fit to dispose of me, I'm going to turn over 60% of all of my assets pre- and post-marital. No. And then when you take that statement and you apply it to the Convention for Male Excellence and their mission statement, they are marching these suckers right back onto the plantation. Their entire message is based on how to live with broads, how to get laid, how to get sex, how to make marriage work. Let me say, come on, get in here, huddle up. Come on, huddle up. What has changed? What laws have been stricken from the books? None. Zero. Has no-fault divorce been corrected? No. Has the child support extortion court been closed? No. Nothing has changed. Nothing. So knowing beyond any shadow of a doubt that no changes to the laws have been made, only laws are becoming more plentiful now. The most recent example is the Utah law, right? Where now men are being made liable for pre-childbirth child support. That's right. Pre-childbirth child support. These laws are being stacked on the backs of men. And what do they tell you? It's for the betterment of women. And then the laws get passed, or some version of that law gets passed. And then you know right then and there, you're not the favorite child. Nope. You're the workhorse, you're the mule, you're the provider, you're the producer, but you're still not the favorite. And you're not going to be. The walkaway effect that MGTOW has is undeniable. It's undeniable to the cucks. It's undeniable to the blue pills. It's undeniable to gynocentrism. It's undeniable to the MRAs. It's undeniable to the people trying to force miscegenation on the female populations of all of these Western countries. It's absolutely undeniable. That's another horrifying benefit of multiculturalism is miscegenation. If you don't know what that is, look it up. I won't go into the details on the stream here, but I have done videos about it before, most notably in the MGTOW movie. And there's another one coming. Hey, 354, you crazy son of a bitches in this chat right now. 200 Fonzies. Oh, man. I love it. Thanks, gentlemen. Thank you. Another horrifying benefit of multiculturalism is the destruction of the tribal unit. Anytime anybody speaks to you about tribalism, they're like, oh, it's fucking terrible. It's like, it's one of the things that makes the white supreme pizzas out there possible. Tribalism is where you came from. It's how you survived. It's how you got here. In case you didn't know. You know, now I'm not talking about somebody being a smartass and saying, well, I thought my mom and dad fucked. That's how I got here. I know one of you's thinking it. But, yeah, that's how you got here. Through tribalism. All these different tribes of humans finding each other, discovering one another, bartering with one another, warring with one another, conquering one another. Just look into that history a little bit. Please don't let Google be your teacher. Google is programmed by the master programmers. MGTOW Monger made it for a bit. Hey, everyone. Hey, man, say hi to Zeitgeist Eater for me, bro. Goblino Hunter at Hammerhand. Major Melon Mountain Dew is freaking delicious. I can't do it, man. Cannot put the fucking Mountain's Dews in me mouth. No. But you can have mine. You can have mine. Did that motherfucker just freeze up? It just froze up. Damn. Dan Day at Hammerhand. Evening Hammer from New York. Looney FemFan trying to pass Assembly Bill A 6540 in shortchanging the definition of consent. Oh, I heard about that. In California, it has 5 of those motherfuckers on the table right now. If you PUA game a woman, it will be a misdemeanor. Now, let's examine that for a minute. If you PUA game a woman, that could be any goddamn thing. That could be you breaking up with her, and she's like, oh, he gamed me. I've been victimized. Call the police. And your fucking life is over. Your life's over. You see? You see what's going on here, gang? Your females are weaponized against you. Let me backtrack on that just a little bit. They're not your females. They have husbands. It's just in the form of the government. They want you. They want some version of you see, but if you're not exactly specifically what they want, then they'll toss your ass on the burn pile and they'll find another one and you know, then he'll snore and they'll toss him on the burn pile and then they'll find another one and he'll have yellow toenails and then they'll toss him on the burn pile. And by the time they get to somebody that they can actually stomach and that stomachs them, they've probably had 4 or 5 opportunities to actually get married and have kids. And now they want the government to fucking help them with that. Eat a dick. No, no, no. Don't eat any dick. Just go away. Go the fuck away. I think that's really all most red-pilled men want anymore. Except for the ones that have to fucking get into the Putin nanny. And you know my thoughts on that. Thoughts. Jack Green, at some point, yeah, I think it's just male nature. Like even we know we were born to die or something. No wonder why suicide is so high among men. Suicide is high among men for the most undeniable of reasons. It's very high amongst men because men are intent on fucking doing it. Plain and simple. There's this, I think it's not the greatest statistic in the world. It's fucked with. The statistic that says that women attempt it more, men succeed at it more. You know what I'm saying? Men are always going to succeed at what they do, even if it's fucking offing themselves. Brad Mick, that's exactly what I do, Shinobi. ESP revaluation. Never been to court and don't plan to go. Stay away from them, or you're going to get an invitation. Honklerton. It was help for the soul, not so much for the money. Yeah. Easter Inc. Top Dollar Gangster said you never tell anyone if you're buying gold or silver. Protect your investments in more ways than one. That's right. There is no reason whatsoever to broadcast precious metal purchases. Now, you can talk about it, like how to do it, but don't go telling people that you've got this shit. Don't tell people that you have a car or two cars. I mean, unfortunately for me, I make a lot of car videos, so you know that I've got a car. Don't go around putting all of your shit on blast. And I know I don't consider showing you G.I. Joes putting my shit on blast. I'm just saying. Monk Farmer, marriage is a crime against men. Mike, MRAs need to let go and achieve freedom. Nobody's ever going to convince them of that. When you have guys like Paul Elam and Tom Golden that are still for some strange reason running around with chicks like Janice Fiamingo, and they jettisoned what's her fucking face? What was her god? Christina Hoff Summers, right? They got rid of her because, well, she showed her true fucking colors. You just have to wonder what the fuck was going on in their heads. They had such momentum and burned it to the ground. And they're still hanging on to that. They're still hanging on to it. Mr. Serious, wasn't Pop an MRA? I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. Steve LeBlanc, MRAs try but fail because they have hope women will change. Well, yeah, they've got women in there that act as mouthpieces to try to get other women to buy into the idea that men need their fucking help. I couldn't think of anything more disastrous, more futile and stupid and self-defeating than trying to get women to be the mouthpieces for men. How do you respect yourself if you have to have a female talk for you to get other females on board? You don't need that. All you need to do is walk the fuck away. Oh, but that's right. You can't control your biology enough to walk away. Got to have the pussy. Got to have the contact. Convinced yourself, with a lot of help, I might add. I won't put it all at your feet. Convince yourself that you've got to have that. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. It's too bad. Steve, catch my estrogen. Ha! That's great. Goblino Hunter, guys, we need to get Hammerhand to drink watermelon Mountain Dew. Ew, no. Honklerton, MRAs still think there's a chance to change the laws. That's a fucking laugh. That's laughable. On the outside chance that it happens, I will extend my congratulations. But that's like so fucking far out. You got a better chance of snatching the beard off Jesus's face than you do of having these monetized laws get stricken. Good fucking luck. Good luck. Alex Harris, truth, Hammerhand. They don't see what's in front of their noses, and they don't want to. Dante Dobbins, we should make marriage illegal. Well, you can. Just don't do it. When it dries up and fucking blows away, it'll be like all them laws that say spitting on the sidewalk is illegal. We're going to give you a ticket. No one ever does it, do they? Nope, because it just don't matter anymore. Monk Farmer, at Mr. Serious, Pop was divorced and red pill, but he has been turned by the money. I don't know that he got paid. I don't know that. You see, that hasn't been a part of my conversation, and I don't ask people about their money. You know, I suppose you can assume that he was offered cash, but to say that he got it, I don't know. I don't know. I don't attribute things that I don't know as certain, as facts. That's how misinformation and bullshit gets spread. And I don't do that, and I don't want to engage in that kind of speculation. His reasons are his reasons. As I said before, I absolutely support the quest to spread the word about suicide prevention. 100%. I do not support siding up with scumbags. I don't. And I won't, and I never will. And it certainly does affect the way that I move forward with these particular channels. I won't do it. I don't support channels that squelch men, that mute men, that were built by men, for men. No, thank you. I don't have to be somebody's lifelong enemy or make 45 fucking hit piece videos about them to just move on. I don't have to do that. I do the same thing that I do in regular everyday life. I withdraw my goddamn support from the system. Those $20, $50, $100, $500 super chats that I drop, they don't get dropped anymore. They disappear. I take my support away from those things. Now I support him ethically and morally, but not monetarily, not anymore. And the same thing for Adams. No more. Not like he needs my chump change anyways, right? He don't need it from me. A manly load. Women won't change till we remove the state and governments. And the 19th Amendment. Repeal the 19th Amendment. Fuck them. Fuck a bitch. Fuck them all. Steve Deutsch, MRA, deny that feminism has destroyed. I would love for you to produce a link on that where any MRA has come up, any notable MRA has said that. I'll make an hour-long video eviscerating that motherfucker. Line of MGTOW, another master wrench in the house. Yep. Hold on, my best. Yep. Fucking hoes, sperm toilets. Did I get that right? Fuck me for imitating you. I'm sorry. ESP revaluation. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. You got that right. Daryl Dundee, MRA got hijacked. Yeah. When you have the fucking honey badgers, all fucking 85 of them fronting every goddamn video. You know, who was the one fucking, oh my God, the one broad? Tara Palmatier. She was making videos for a while, and she was on point for a long time. And then you start to see little bitty things kind of creep in there, and it's like, let me watch again and see what I see. That ain't good. I think that there are some of these women that 100% believe in men being men. But with 3 generations of 80% single mother raised men, that's going to be a tough goddamn hill to climb. That's going to be hard. I work with these fellas every single day at my job, where I'm at now. They are lazy. They are unmotivated. They are uninspired. The ones that I'm talking about in particular, married. Talked to both of them today. Got female problems, got bitch problems. One of them's planning to go on a vacation to a southern state, south of here, I'll say that. And he's contemplating canceling all of his fucking shit because he doesn't want to spend a vacation with a wife that he's currently fucking fighting with and can't get along with. Yeah, I'll take 2 slices of that, please. MGTOW monger. Pop is still an MRA. He's also a reluctant MGTOW. Dan Day, Pop is and isn't an MRA. He cheers from the sidelines, hoping out of hope that they might win through government intervention, which is what? The same old fucking same. Meet the new boss, same as the old boss. No thanks. No thanks. Chucky Chuck, MRAs are weak as fuck. They try to tell you not to blame women while she's screwing you at the same time. It's kind of hard not to blame them when you walk in and she's getting log slammed by one of your pals. Pals, right? ESP revaluation, 21 Studios. Line of MGTOW, Paul Elam allowed it. I know he did. I had hope for him a couple of years ago when he came out and made a very, very nice speech for one of the ICMIs and gave a shit ton of credit and valuation to MGTOW directly. I really felt like that was an olive branch, but I think that it's slipped since then back into the same old same. And it is what it is. And that was sorry about that, gents. I think I just dropped here. But that was another thing with the ICMI shit. $1,000 goddamn dollars? $1,000. $1,000. Well, you can just come for one day and it's only like 500. You're pricing out every goddamn buddy that would benefit from being able to see you. If you got to hold that meeting in a fucking church parking lot, in a park, at a skating rink, that's what you do. Downtown fucking Chicago at the Hilton? Maybe it was a Hilton, I can't remember. I don't see that as any different than these suckers at CME charging $2,000. $2,000 to see motherfuckers like Myron Gaines. Come and be a man with me. Fuck. Are you kidding? It's a fucking joke. It's a joke. You know, and he's sitting right next to the 3'6" fucking African Nigerian enforcer. I'm like, what the fuck am I looking at, man? You're gonna teach me how to be a man? Really, motherfucker? Really? George Bruno, coming from way back when, from what 1940s and 50s philosophy school? No, I don't think so. I was disappointed to see Aaron Clary in there too. Very disappointed. I don't know. These mashups and these team-ups of these guys are not going well. They're not going well, gents. You know that. You can see it, right? Jerry Johnson Jr., marriage is a rotten structure that collapses with a single kick. Yeah, well, you're not kidding. It doesn't take a single fucking kick to get knocked into a court system. It just takes one accusation. That's it. Going down to the bottom of this chat, gents, and I'm going to wrap this up in just a few minutes. We're headed on to 2 hours. Still 350 of y'all in the house. And I just saw 2 likes come off. Still, Fonzies. Hey, thank you. I just saw likes come off of the fucking like total. That's fucked up. I think old Google's in here fucking busting some balls. Tim Wilheim, booze and weed makes things worse, even if it doesn't seem like it. I quit and helped my depression. I bet it did, Tim. Congratulations to you, brother. Mr. Serious, Bruno, the hairdresser. Kelly Giddens, a PS4 and a PS5. I don't know where you're getting at there. Got an Xbox back there. Carl Wasserman, I don't buy that shit. Don't. Sweet Padre, just saying hello here. What's up, Padre? How you doing? First domino, she empties her damn udders into the crowd and squirts all over them. That's disgusting. Oh, that I gotta say something about that. The voice of reason. They got Hotep Jesus. Like, what the fuck? I'm waiting for David Carroll to say something about this. I don't know if he knows or not. But these fucking, now the only Hotep that I listen to at all is Amen Osiris. And that's because he has some pretty decent legal acumen. But fucking Hotep Jesus, the Hoteps, the red, black, and green, the Back to Africas, the B1 motherfuckers, they're part of this too. Oh man, it's not going to work out, man. It's not going to work out. I don't care if this thing draws $1 million cold. It's just $1 million that they're stopping these guys from spending, simping to women. So they're just going to simp to other men. There is such a thing as simping to other men. And I don't think that these people that are offering up this $2,000 understand that. It's $2,000, man. It's $2,000. You want to help yourself? Get realistic about yourself. Get in that goddamn mirror. Look at yourself. Rate yourself. You want to change that? Go put $2,000 into a weight set. Work out. If you want to attract a female, go do that. I wouldn't advise surgery. If you feel like you got to start cutting on yourself to become more attractive, just wrap it up. Call it a fucking day and find something else to be obsessed with instead of pussy. Unstoppable Darkness at William Wallace. Yeah, that's the sole reason I drink. Maya Oyamu threatened them, maybe. Only guess I have, or pressure from family for being a right-wing fascist MRA. Is that right? Brad Mick, comedy of men excellence. Well, I wouldn't say that their comedy's excellent. I would say that it's kind of a fucking joke. It's a bad joke. Polska Bob, CMA is a convention that's coming up. Oh, you're answering a question there. I got you. Shinobi Wan, find your true quest, Unstoppable Darkness. I assure you, it's not chasing women, and loneliness is just part of life. And it is. And you have to be better equipped to handle those points in time. Minute by minute, hour by hour, day by day. You have to be able to operate like that. You've got to be able to control your time and control yourself. And if you can't do that, you're not going to have a lot of success. So there's definitely a chain of progression here as far as working on yourself and stopping this nonsense that happens out here of men being exploited. There's a chain that you follow. And it's almost universal for everybody. You know, you got to start working on yourself. If you think that you're not good physically, don't remodel your body to attract a mate. Remodel yourself because it's what you want. That's it. That's it. There's no second answer to that. Well, the side benefit would be getting a bitch too. I think she'd love me because no. Because that will quickly take over your chief motivation, which should be you every single time. If you're good, the people that you choose to include in your life will be good. If you're doing stupid shit, like considering all of these other people, their wants and wishes before your own, needs, dare I say needs, not going to work out. I'm just telling you, it's not going to work out. You can buy them for a little while. Something is going to give. William Wallace, I have two friends in my life. That's it. But they are real, genuine friends, not fair weather friends, not users. That's good, man. If you can fill up one fucking finger, any finger, this one, you can fill up any finger with a friend slot and say, that is a go-to kind of person. You're doing good. You're doing good. Coach, Alpha Elite, George Bruno is the only red pillar I unsubbed from. I had never taken a subscription out for Bruno. But if I had, I would have certainly unsubbed him by now. The CME wouldn't have made that happen. The message is disparate. I don't like the message that these men are promoting. I don't like the fact that they're being headed up by a supposedly reformed criminal and some guy that preaches black awareness, black superiority, which he does, and fucks white women. The hypocrisy, I can't stand it. And nobody bats a fucking eye. You know, it's like all of these ridiculous truths and contradictions are staring everybody in the fucking face, and they're all like, they don't bat a fucking eye. You know, I just don't get it, man. People really are kind of dumb. And I'm sad for them. I'm sad for anybody that doesn't connect the fucking dots like that. And they're big fucking dots. I mean, let's be real. Come on. Let's be real. MGTOW Monger, CME, come meet excrement. Hey, I like that one. Mexican excrement after tacos. First Domino, CME is a convention of cucks, Pulse Kebab. Check your voicemail hammer. I will, sir. I will, as soon as we hang up on this one. 2 hours, 1 minute, 344. You son of a bitches. 186. Hey, did you see that right there? We were just at 203 likes, and somehow or another, like 20 of them dropped off. Somebody fucking with this stream, man. That's bullshit. Tim Wilhelm proudly endorsed being a right-wing fascist when they're going to hate you anyways. Well, it would mean something if the words racism and Nazi and fascism weren't thrown around like fucking day-old bread. It just doesn't mean anything anymore, you know? These blanket covers, these things that people throw on one another now, right-winger, left-winger, fucking libtard, these things don't mean anything anymore. They don't mean shit. It shows you how truly fucked up, helpless, and brainwashed the majority of your population is. They're just fucking idiots. All they do is watch the idiot box, wait for their opinions to come in at fucking 8, 9, and 10 o'clock, and then they regurgitate them. They suck them down, and they go spew it to the fucking world. Do you know how many people don't realize that the news now can be outright 100% propaganda? It can present itself as news and be completely false. Does anybody realize that out here? That the law that was prohibiting that kind of behavior was repealed in the Obama years? I mean, why exactly would your half-black president, the black Jesus of the United States, why would he take away, abolish the law that stopped outright propaganda from being disseminated as news? I wonder. Proudly endorse, Tim Wilhelm, proudly endorse being a right-wing fascist. They're going to hate you anyways. I just read that. MGTOW Live, always in the house. No name. Check your email hammer. I will. Dan Day, what the fuck? I see the likes drop. And they just came back up. These motherfuckers are on this stream dicking around, man. Doom Donuts, lots of chicken, surf fingers, and strong arms. MGTOW Monger had to break up a comment into 4 pieces to fix what YouTube was blocking me entirely. And that's fucked up. Brad Mick, I want my balls busted by a Google. It's kind of happening. Shinobi Wan, Unstoppable Darkness. I'm sure you have many digital friends in here, my brother. I can guarantee it. The Voice of Reason, I remember when Bruno attacked me in 2019. Was hilarious. I don't remember that. I don't remember. Was that a private deal or was that like a public deal? Because I didn't know nothing about that. But, you know, I get a lot of guys that are coming to me now that were stalwart Greg Adams fans, subscribers, donators. And they're like, we're not doing that no more. He fucking blocked me. He won't even acknowledge me unless I drop money. You know, somebody told me a couple of months ago, you know, in passing, and forgive me if that person is paying attention to this, I cannot remember who the hell that was, that Adams was about business, then MGTOW. And I was like, I can kind of see that. And it has become very apparent over the last couple of months that this is a business, not a philosophy. And that's a shame. And that the philosophy has really kind of been put out to pasture. And now it's about men and women's folks coming together because we need them, guys. DB Cooper at MGTOW Monger, laughing, crying, shocked-faced. G. Gurr, I've been a loner for the past 20 years and I'm perfectly fine. Sweet Padre, live. Johnny 5, I unsubbed from Clary after watching his content for 4+ years. Lost respect for him. I was subbed to Clary about 3 years ago for about a year. And you just kind of watched it just kind of degrade and go downhill. They don't hold the message or the philosophy in high esteem when them subs come up, when the channel is allowed to be monetized. Now, let me say something to you before we get out of here tonight. These channels that are reaching 100,000 subs, 150, 200, and a couple of them are going higher than that, with very few exceptions, these channels are allowed to continue because the people that run this fucked up platform, YouTube and Google, Alphabet Corporation, they understand that it diverts a lot of people away from us. So they're being allowed to run block. You know what I'm saying? They're running blocker. They're running defense. I don't think that they're doing it on purpose. And I realize that they're polluting and contaminating the message, but I don't think that they see themselves as blockers for Alphabet Corporation. And they are. They are. And that's sad. And it's fucked up. And I know there's a lot of people out there that are going to have a fucking headache and a field day with this stream tomorrow. I invite you to come and get some. Do it. Do what you feel like you got to do. Timothy Sokal, marriage is like a hand grenade. Remove the ring and you're dead. Well, if you hold the fucking pin down and you dance on pins and needles all goddamn day, or hold the spoon down. Jim McIntosh shows 207 thumbs up on my phone. Shows 194 here. So that's weird. ESP revaluation. Good stream, Hammer. Thanks. I appreciate you, brother. I'm going to jump. Hold on one second. Hammer, don't forget about The Godfather. Funny shit. The Godfather. Oh, Gary D said that. Rolled up tamale. That motherfucker. How this guy got the moniker, the name, The Godfather, is beyond me. Writing a couple of books and having some red pill insight does not make you such a thing. And moreover, to have the hubris to accept it, I don't think I got to say anymore. You know, it is what it is. Solitude is profit. Listen to your insides. Listen to your intuition, gentlemen. MGTOW Live. MGTOW killed my depression. MGTOW and the red pill allowed me to start, like I said earlier, connecting the dots. And once that started to happen, once I started to understand that I wasn't the only one, that, number one, that's the benefit of keeping men isolated. That's one of the enormous benefits to them of not having you have free speech, not having you talk to other men like me. You see? Because you are, in actuality, creating a brand new reality. And they don't like it. And they don't want nothing to do with it. They want the old reality. And I don't want that. And I don't want nothing to do with that. So I'm just going to keep creating my new reality. I'm going to pave my way as I go. And fuck everyone else. Plain and simple. Anybody that would stand in your way, stick their hand out, and give me $2,000, man, and I'm going to tell you the secret of life. You kind of got to question that. And when these guys fork over their cash, and they don't question that, and they walk out of this convention, and they're all pumped up, and they're high-fiving each other very badly, and 2 or 3 days down the road, the reality is going to set in that they're $2,000 light, and they still don't know what to do because they don't have real answers. The real answers are right here for free. You see? And you get those answers by checking out Mr. Hate Vicious, Replicant Fish, E-Man67, Mr. Forma, Mr. Elite. I know people have their problems with Mr. Elite, but he's paid his fucking dues. He's done his diligence. You don't wad motherfuckers up and throw them away because they made a mistake. That's it. It's that simple. If you have no forgiveness in your heart for a fella that's trying to make up for something, that's not his shortcoming, that's yours. And I'm not telling you, like I said earlier, I'm not telling you to go out there and do anything differently. You want to hate him? Hate him. You want to give him a chance? Give him a chance. It's not up to me. It's up to you. Lore Master Lizard, the thumbs up are definitely being fucked with. Yes, I know. All right, gents, I'm going to run to the bottom of this real quick and read a couple of more, and then we're going to spec out. Carl Wasserman, what do you think about Tom Likas? I like Tom Likas' old stuff. Currently, I'm not hella impressed. You can see that there's a little bit of a change. James Von Maxwell at Spec Screaming, exactly when all the stuff you'd ever need is right here for free. Solitude is profit. Being here strengthens me. I'm having good feelings to all the free men who go their own way. Same here, brother. Good feelings, good vibes to all of you. First Domino, straight out of Somaliland. Ghost Pill, yep, Hamster. The voice of reason, at Stupid Aussie. Cheers, brother. Back at you, awesome human. An individual, shit, I. Do you have a seizure? Come on, man. James Von Maxwell, the dirty ginger hamster. You need a bath hamster. At Solitude is Profit, glad to hear it. Finish it, hamster. Jim McIntosh, I used to be in Amway. This oh, what a beautiful but terrible comparison to make. This CME thing looks just like an annual, God damn, an annual Amway National Convention. Billy the Goat, they are being sold the emotion of feeling better for the moment. That's right. They're taking advantage of the fact that they understand that 80% of these men, these attendees, were raised by single mothers. Guess what that means? An emotional response. They don't get emotional responses out of 99% of the rest of the MGTOW community, the fucking red pill community. They just don't. Maya Oyamu, imagine men at CME get back home and their car breaks. They have no money to buy a new one. What would happen? Chat and Hammer. If they asked for help, not even money, advice, would they? Somebody might decide that it's a good public relations move to do something like that, but they would never do it undercover. You see, it would never be like, yeah, man, let's fix this motherfucker's car and get him back on the road. That was one of our guys at the conference. You know, I'm dropping all kinds of great fucking ideas on these people right now. They're going to be sitting there, oh, man, that's fucking good shit. Oh, wow, let's do that. Chinab Man, here's $2,000. Make me a man. There you go. Gary D, the Grammys proved that women have always been whores of Babylon. Thanks, Retardy B. That was some of the most disgusting, filthy fucking shit I had ever seen. And then those two horses got on there and scissored each other. Silhouette Sith. Somebody tried to contact Terrence Pop about the convention. I don't know nothing about that. James Von Maxwell at Ghost Pill at Finish It. Hey guys. Polska Bob. Hamster. You drunk yet? The Big Oman. The Big Ohm. The Big Ohm. Tom Likas is awesome. Like I said, I love his earlier stuff. Coach Alpha Elite, I spent half of that on silver today. $2,000 for a conference pass. The internet is free, and most of us have listened to thousands of hours of MGTOW philosophy. I can personally vouch for that, yes. Shinobi One, come by the channel after Stupid Aussie Brother. Maybe my vids can be of entertainment. Matt Downer, any thoughts on Alex Jones? I'll leave you with a little bit of this. Look up Alex Jones and Bill Cooper. And I'm not going to say anything else. ESPN revaluation. Take me out with a bong, Tom. Brad Mick. Yeah. CME. Amway. Unstoppable Darkness. I downed an entire bottle of wine. That's a lot of wine. Hope you got some body weight on you, man. Absorb that shit. Polska Bob. Why not? Hamster. First Domino, it's like they went to Liberia and just found a bunch of random dudes and told them to act tough. Yeah, you ain't fucking kidding, man. That was uncomfortable. That was uncomfortable to watch. The voice of reason, yeah, Tom is now just Trump derangement syndrome 24/7. Yeah, that's kind of what I mean. His earlier shit's great when he's not talking about politics. Pretty okay, but I don't listen to anybody or anything that is so completely one-sided. Just don't. Unless, of course, it's about MGTOW and the virtues of going your own way. Spec Streaming, I don't mind giving donations, but paying $2,000 is usury. Is it? Yes, I think that it is, but it's also voluntary, right? It's also voluntary. I remember Cooper saying on a stream once, he was complaining about the same fucking thing that we're talking about now. So these guys, man, they're all over me, man. They're always running their mouths about what I charge. And, well, if somebody's willing to pay it, then, what's the problem? That's it in a nutshell. If somebody's willing to pay it, what's the problem? There's a lot that can be said about that, but I don't have enough time to say it. Gentlemen, closing out 333 of you madcaps still in the box. That's pretty good for this channel. Thank you very much. 205. Hey, Fonzies. Thumbs up, man. Thank you very much. Going to go right to the bottom here. Re/Mall, legendary stream Hammerhand. Man, there's a lot of people in this stream right now. A lot of good folks in this stream. All of you. I mean, all of you. ESP revaluation. Alex Jones is a funny man. Right to the bottom. Here we go. James Von Maxwell. Snake oil salesman tried to sell snake oil. Doesn't mean these men should buy it. That's true. 100% true. Guys, you know what I'm going to say to you, right? If you're having those bad feelings, if you feel like your life isn't worth living, just go to sleep. Don't go to sleep permanently. Don't take a bottle of pills. Don't blow your fucking cap off. Just lay your head down, go to sleep. Forget the fucking day. Forget the day. Wake up tomorrow, walk outside, experience the rain, the snow, the cold, the heat, smell the fucking grass, even the pollution. Every day above dirt is a good day. At least it has the potential to be good. You know what I mean? You're all pretty smart men, in my opinion, anyways. You all understand what usury is. You all understand when somebody's trying to slide up under you and move you off of your foundation. What is your foundation? It's your morals, your ethics, your values, and your principles. I have been recently accused of not having any. And that's okay. I expect that. Get the fuck out there and do your best you. I don't mean be the best version of yourself, because I despise that. Stop allowing other people's conditions in life to dictate your future. Stop that shit. Stop that. It's going to take some work on your part. I'm not going to kid you. It's going to take some work on your part. You're going to have to get used to saying, no, a lot. You're going to have to stand up for yourself. I don't want to do that. Well, I'm not going to fucking do it. Don't get used to the position that you've put yourself in or that somebody helped put you in. Strive for more and better. And I don't mean more shit. I mean more life, more happy, more smiles, a better outlook, a better frame. You know what I mean? And I don't mean the PUA frame. So I know somebody's thinking it. So quit that. Peace out, gentlemen. Have yourselves a wonderful evening. It's been my pleasure to host you, and I hope to see you for the next one. Stay frosty. And don't go to stupid conventions.